Hey everybody, it's Jason, and I'm here with the newest Hot Toys action figure to join my collection. This is the Hot Toys Yoda figure from The Empire Strikes Back. We'll check out the packaging first because it's always good from Hot Toys. You can see on the front the picture of Yoda, and as you turn it around, the box is a little bit plain, but that's not a Hot Toys thing. That's just common to all the Star Wars figures across anything. If you look at Hasbro or Sideshow or any of the other companies that make Star Wars figures and Star Wars collectibles, it always has this weird sort of black and gray angular thing that's a little bit plain. I guess it makes it look classy or something, but it's not quite as interesting as some of the boxes Hot Toys does for their Marvel and DC figures and things like that, where they have more freedom to put more art on it. So let's go ahead and take the lid off and see what it looks like inside. The first thing you see when you take the lid off is this inside art flap with Yoda on it, and that looks more in line with what Hot Toys does with their creative packaging. You can see a couple of pictures of Yoda on there, and we'll lift the flap up. That's a common thing that they have on their Star Wars 6th scale figures. So we take that up, and you can see the figure and accessories inside under this plastic bubble. So let's pop that out and free Yoda from his plastic prison. Okay, so first let's check out Yoda himself. He's in 6th scale, and being a short guy, he stands a little over 5 inches tall. Most of the 6th scale figures are around 12 inches tall. He's got more than 24 points of articulation, so he's got lots of joints on his arms and legs, and is very posable. That's pretty unique for a Yoda figure. I've had a lot of 6th scale Yodas in the past, and they in the past have been pretty unposable, but he's got a lot of joints to him and a lot of things you can do with him. Now, checking out the head, it's a great sculpt as usual for Hot Toys. It looks really good, looks just like Yoda. The one thing that's a little bit surprising on this is that the hair is not just sculpted, it's also attached hair, as you can see here, which is different from the prototype pictures that came out. In the prototype, it was all just sculpted hair, so now it has actual hair attached over the sculpting, which is a little bit unusual, but I think it works for it. It looks kind of cool to have him with the scraggly hair on top. As with all the Hot Toys figures, he has fabric clothes, and his robes here are really worn and distressed, which matches how he looks on Dagobah in The Empire Strikes Back when Luke goes and finds him. And you can see here it has some wear and tear, it has some holes in it, and it looks really good. I kind of worry that it could be fragile. I kind of worry that the fraying could continue, or maybe the holes get bigger, so you might want to be careful with it if you pick this one up. He also has a belt that looks kind of leatherish that has a pouch attached, and that ties around in back. So Yoda comes with 2 heads that you can swap out, and both of them look really accurate to the puppet from the movie. This first one, the default that is on him when you get the figure, has his eyes open. It's sort of a standard Yoda pose. You can pop that one off, and then you pop the other one on, and voila, nap time Yoda. He's got his eyes closed like he's lifting the X-Wing out of the swamp or doing some of his Jedi spellcasting stuff. So you can display him either way you want to. Both of them look really good. He also has an interchangeable set of hands, so he has 4 hands in total that you can swap around with him. The default hands that he has in the box are kind of outstretched like he's using the Force, and then the ones you can swap onto him, you can use those to hold his cane. You just sort of pop the cane right into his grasp there. So let's put the cane on and see how he looks. Yoda comes with a diorama base, which is a really cool thing that I like it when Hot Toys does that. Sometimes they just come with a plain base, like a block base or something like that that has a nameplate, but I really prefer it when they have these creative dioramas like Yoda has. There's some assembly required here, so we'll go ahead and put this thing together. First thing, you have the ground that has some ground cover and dirt and grass and stuff there. It has a log on it. And then there's a tree piece that pops into the ground there. There's a fitted peg thing on the bottom of the tree that fits into a hole in the ground, and it can only fit one way, so you kind of work it around until you get it to fit in there. Then there are 2 rocks that go with it as well. You can see them here. And the rocks come with 3 clear rods to hold them up. You only really need 2 of the rods to hold the rocks up, but they come with 3, so I guess you can kind of interchange and have the rocks floating whichever way you want them to, or of course you can just sit the rocks on the ground if you want to, but it's kind of cool to have them floating like Yoda's lifting them and showing off to Luke. So let's go ahead and attach some rocks here and have them levitate a little bit. You can see the rod that has the bend in it here is a little bit springy. It seems stable. It seems like it'll hold the rock up good, but if you bump it, it kind of vibrates a little bit. So let's put Yoda in. We'll sit him on his log to see how he looks in the display. There's also a crate from Luke's X-Wing that you can add into the display there. And another accessory that is pretty cool is this power unit that came from the X-Wing. It's a light-up power unit that has LED lighting in it, and on the bottom it has an on-off switch and it has a battery compartment. I won't try to turn it on in this video because I don't think the lighting will really show up well with all the lights that I already have on the figure here, but rest assured it does light up when you flip the switch. It takes these little batteries. They included 2 little batteries with the figure here, so you can pop those right in and light it up. Yoda also comes with this necklace. I won't put it on him now. It'll just sort of be a pain to get it on him and get him back in the display there, but you can see what that looks like. And he also comes with the small lamp from the first Dagobah scene with Luke and R2. So overall, this figure is really well done, as usual for Hot Toys. There's some great detail, and I especially love the diorama that came with him. It really makes it pop. Yoda has lots of display options with the different accessories, and he has the interchangeable hands and heads, and gives you a lot of different ways to put him on display and a lot of actions you can put him into. Like I said before, I have a few different Yoda figures in this scale, and this definitely is the best one that I've seen come out so far. This figure has a suggested retail price of right around $200. And at the time I'm putting this video up, it's still available for order. It's in stock at Sideshow Collectibles website, but as with all the Hot Toys, I imagine it won't last for super long, so you might want to grab it up while you can. But that is the Hot Toys Yoda from The Empire Strikes Back. Looks really cool. It fits in perfectly with the other Star Wars collectibles from their line. Thanks for watching this video. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I will talk to you next time.